Lamborghini models you didn't know existed. Have you ever felt the rush from driving a Lambo? One of the most amazing sensations in the world can be the high speed rushing to your face when you drive a sports car. But the ones you feel when driving in a Lamborghini of any kind is simply one of the best out there. While most car fans are acquainted with most of the Lamborghini models created, there are some that even the most enthusiastic Lambo lovers don't even know. Welcome to our channel, and today we will be talking about Lamborghini models that you didn't know existed. Stay until the end to find out which one is the most exotic Lamborghini model ever made. Also, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for more great content like today's video. So, let's begin with the first exotic Lamborghini model, Lamborghini 400 GT Flying Star 2. The first Lamborghini model to be featured today is the 1966 Lamborghini 400 GT Flying Star 2. This Lambo had a very exotic look different from Lamborghinis as we know today, as you can see from its front-engine chassis. The Flying Star 2 was a prototype concept car, originally built in 1966 by Carrozzeria Touring. The reason for its design was because Carrozzeria wanted to explore a new, modern design concept. And thus, they created the first fully functional prototype, featuring an aluminum V12 engine, 5-speed transmission, fully independent suspension, and disc brakes all around. The Flying Star was strictly a 2-seater and had a very low and compact 2-volume bodywork. Lamborghini Espada. Next up, we have the Lamborghini Espada. The Espada is a 4-seat Grand Touring coupe, originally released from 1968 to 1978. The car was first designed by Marcello Gandini at the automobile company Bertone. He was inspired by previous models. First, the Lamborghini Marzul, and then the Jaguar Piranha. The Espada was going to be sold alongside the Islero and the Mira, which replaced the 400 GT 2x2. You can see from its design that the Espada has a much more impressive and visually daring design, unlike the more conservative Islero. The Espada used a semi-monocoque unibody, constructed of pressed sheet steel and square-section steel tubing. The hood was constructed of aluminum. This chassis was a new design manufactured by Marchesi of Modena, the firm that also constructed the Mira and Islero chassis. Bare chassis were shipped from Marchesi to Bertone, where bodywork, paint, and trim were added prior to final assembly at the Lamborghini factory. However, despite the Espada's initial moderate success and other versions that were released based on the original model, revival attempts for the car have been largely unsuccessful for Lamborghini. They tried 2 different revivals. One in 1999, which was discarded so Lamborghini could focus on the Diablo. And in 2006, Lamborghini mentioned that they wanted to do a revival in 3 years, 2009. Instead, they presented the Estoque model, and nothing has been said about the revival of the Lamborghini Espada. Lamborghini Jarama. The next car to be featured in our list is the Lamborghini Jarama, another 2x2 Grand Tourer originally manufactured between 1970 and 1976. Like the Espada before it, the Jarama was styled by Bertone's designer Marcello Gandini. You might know that other Lamborghini models have very common names alongside them: Diablo, Espada, Estoque, and others, while Jarama doesn't seem to mean anything in particular. What does Jarama even mean? The reason for this name is because Ferruccio Lamborghini intended the name to recall the fighting bulls bred in the Jarama River area in Spain, and not the Jarama racing circuit near Madrid. Lamborghini designed the Islero to meet the demand of the American market. When it came time to replace it, instead of just redesigning the Islero, Lamborghini instead made the Jarama, filling the spot which would have been taken by a second generation of the Islero. On top of that, the Jarama was pretty much a mixture of the Islero and Espada that meet US standards to fit in their market. There were only a total of 328 Lamborghini Jaramas built. 1976 Lamborghini Silhouette. Probably the weirdest Lamborghini to be featured on our list is the Silhouette, which began as another Bertone concept. The Silhouette is a 2-door, 2-seat sports car, made in very small numbers between 1976 and 1979. Originally, the Silhouette was presented at the 1976 Geneva Auto Show, which began as a styling exercise by Carrozzeria Bertone. The Silhouette was the first Lamborghini to employ a Targa top roof. The Silhouette later evolved into the similar-looking but more successful Lamborghini Jalpa. The car had a 3-liter all-aluminum alloy Lamborghini V8 engine mounted transversely behind the driver. Of the 54 units built, 12 with right-hand drive, 31 are currently known to exist. The car had some impressive performance features for the time, reaching 62.1 miles per hour in 6.5 seconds. The Silhouette actually had quite the tragic backstory due to the time of its release. The mid-70s were not the happiest of times for Lamborghini. And indeed, 1977, when this car rolled out of Sant'Agata, was a time of distinct unrest for the whole of Italy. The left was revolting, and there were riots as close to home as Bologna, where one man was shot. Ferruccio Lamborghini had sold his final shares in Automobili Lamborghini in 1974, giving control to Jorge Henry Rossetti and René Leimer. Bob Wallace, Lamborghini's famous test driver, had also left in 1975. The product lineup consisted of the Countach and the Urraco, neither of which met U.S. standards, leaving Lamborghini without much cash flow for their supercars. The board of directors looked at the lucrative target market being exploited by Porsche and Ferrari in America, and decided that they needed to add Lamborghini's first open-top car to the lineup. The Silhouette also featured plush leather and an ergonomic sound instrument cluster in its chair, making it more feasible to compete against Porsche and Ferrari in the American market. However, the next car to be featured in our video was the one that really changed how things worked with Lamborghini's design. Stay until the end to find out about this exotic model, and also other models even more exotic than that one. 1980 Lamborghini Athen. Next up on our list, we have the 1980 Lamborghini Athen, a concept car that took a page or two from the Silhouette's book, as it featured the 3-liter DOHC V8 engine from that one. Bertone created the Lamborghini Athen to show their everlasting support for the Lamborghini company, according to the Turin Coach Builder press release. The Lamborghini Athen was given its name because the car is a spider and made for fair weather. The name refers to the Egyptian cult of the sun. Marc Deschamps, a Frenchman, led the design process for the Lamborghini Athen, which was Bertone Studios' first ever concept car. He was chosen to lead the design after Marcello Gandini left the position as the design coordinator in 1979 for Bertone. The car was based on the Silhouette sport-type aesthetic and resembled some of the looks of the Lamborghini Urraco. Marc Deschamps honored the prior design of the Bertone's concept cars. He specifically made the Lamborghini Athen much like the concept cars Bertone created in the 1970s. He also got inspiration from Nuccio Bertone, who added some of the more unique features of the Athen, creating doors that would have a gap between the doors and the door sills. This one makes for one of the most exotic Lamborghini designs that has revolutionized the production and design of the company. Finally, we have to hand down the prize for next special Lamborghini model you didn't know existed to the 1981 Lamborghini Alpha. 1981 Lamborghini Alpha. The Alpha was the first entry-level Lamborghini to be produced, originally from 1981 to 1988. It was the last to use the V8 engine, and its purpose was to be a affordable Lamborghini. The reason why this was so exotic was because normally, when you think of a supercar or a luxury vehicle, the last thing you'll think about is its affordability. They are supercars after all. They're not supposed to be cheap. It had a bit of a weird, uncommon look compared to previous Lambos, and also featured plastic bumpers, air intakes, and engine covers. Compared to the Countach, the Jalpa was much easier to drive, having better visibility and being more tractable in heavy traffic and at slow speeds. Although reviewers have noted that it had heavy steering and an accelerator. On top of that, the Jalpa could accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 6 seconds, comparable to the entry-level Ferrari 328. What do you think of its design? It's definitely very uncommon. But anyway, those were the Lamborghini models you didn't know existed. Even I wish I had one of those Lambos. Anyway, what'd you think of them? Let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to give our video today a like, share it with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel for more amazing video content like today. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. And if you like this video, make sure to watch this other one right here. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.